Happy Friday, guys. So, Minnesota Ballet is hosting their new ballet called Romeo and Juliet. Now, you might have heard of the story. It's a classic Shakespeare's tale. And joining me to talk to me about it today is Karl, and he is the artistic executive director for the ballet company. Thanks so much for joining me.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure. So, just tell me a little bit about this Romeo and Juliet ballet.
Well, it is the classic Shakespearean tale. It's a very complex story in that there are many different storylines weaving through it, as Shakespeare is prone to do, ending, of course, in a tragedy, but a beautiful tragedy at the same time. And what it does for those families after the fact is also an amazing event as well. Sergei Prokofiev wrote this score just a little bit over 95 years ago,
Wow.
I believe, and it is an incredible piece of work as standing alone by itself. It really helps us tell the story. As I've been saying in a lot of my curtain speeches, we just try to keep up with flashy sword fighting and a lot of acting. But it's going to have also all of the athleticism that you've come to expect to come when you come to see a story ballet with Minnesota Ballet.
Yeah. So, do you think taking on a story like Romeo and Juliet was kind of stressful, maybe? Because everyone knows it.
Well, there is that, right? And then, yes, it is stressful, but then you also kind of get immersed into it, and it kind of just takes you on this incredible ride. One of the things that Prokofiev did in his score is that he wrote some very intense music for Lady Capulet after Tybalt dies. And so a lot of ballets kind of go, well, why would he do that? So you have to kind of go and investigate that and see what that means musically and how it feels to our group. And that changes from whenever we do it again, maybe in 4 or 5 years. That may not quite work, so we'll adjust it. But there's that. There's a lot of different foreshadowing that I've put into it, a little bit of pieces that kind of hint at something else that might be happening. So it's been a really great 5 weeks, which is hard to believe I'm saying that it's only been 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's been really amazing. It's been exhilarating. It's been stressful. The dancers and the artists have just been incredible to work with. We have community members who have joined us, and they've brought their own experiences of Shakespeare into it, and it's just been fantastic.
Yeah. So, are there any modern aspects to this ballet, or is it all just based on the classic?
It's mostly based on the classic. Like I did say, that there's a couple of little sort of court intrigues that occur that aren't necessarily strictly in the play. Our set is a little bit on the new, like the more updated side. Jeff Brown with Brown Nose Design built us an amazing set. So that's going to actually speak for us as well. That's the first thing you're going to notice when the curtain goes up. So it's going to be really great.
Yeah. And this does take place over at the Depot Theater. So what is it like working in that theater?
Well, for us, it's amazing. We're a Duluth-based company, which when we work downstairs in the depot and then we just get to walk upstairs and perform, that's amazing for dancers. There's no going out in the cold, having to warm up your body so you don't get injured. And you can stay in that mindset of preparing for the performance. The Depot Theater is a lovely space to be in. They've really done amazing work with that theater since I was a kid when I performed on it. It's very accommodating for the audiences. The sight lines are great, and it's a good sized space for us to tell this tale. It is, in the end, it's a very intimate ending to this. So being in a much larger theater might not work as well.
And do you think that this is good for all ages, kids, adults?
I would say that from, say, age 13 and up, I wouldn't be worried about it, but 13 and below definitely should have some conversations with families. There will be a lot for everybody to see in it, but there are you know, obviously the ending is rather tragic, so you want to make sure that your children are prepared for that. As an adult, as I'm watching again these incredible artists, it's tough to keep your emotions in check.
Yeah.
Because they're doing such an amazing job of telling that part of the story.
Yeah, and it's such an old story, and it's still relevant today.
Oh, it is.
It's still
Absolutely.
very famous.
It is. Yeah. Yep.
Very cool. And you were saying that there are also some student discounts. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. So, as it was mentioned in our previous interview, that everybody reads Romeo and Juliet eventually, and we want to make sure that it's accessible to everybody. So, to high school and up. I guess both for younger kids too, that would be fine. But again, conversation for parents and families. Yeah, student rush tickets will be $15 at the door, same day as the performance.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate that.